Have you ever walked into someone else's home, maybe a neighbor's place or one of your grown children's homes, and the moment you stepped inside, you felt it, that quiet sense of relief. The air felt lighter. The space felt calm. Nothing fancy, nothing new. Yet something about it made your shoulders relax, without you even realizing why. Then later, you walk back into your own home. Everything looks fine. The floors are swept. The counters are clear. The trash is taken out. And still, something feels different. You might even think to yourself, why does my home not feel like that? If that thought has crossed your mind, you are not alone, and there is nothing wrong with you. The truth is, a home that feels truly clean is rarely about how often you vacuum or how hard you scrub. It is not about expensive products or doing more work. And it is certainly not about pushing your body past what feels comfortable. For many people over 60, especially those living independently, the difference comes down to small habits. Quiet habits. Gentle habits. The kind that fit naturally into daily life and do not wear out your knees, your back, or your energy. Today, I want to share 8 of those habits with you. Simple, practical things that people with spotlessly clean-feeling homes do almost without thinking. Some of them may surprise you. A few may even make you smile and say, I never thought of that. These habits are not about perfection. They are about peace. About walking into your own home and feeling the same calm you notice in someone else's space. And we are going to start with the very first thing your home says to you, and to anyone who steps through the door. Think about the very first thing someone experiences when they visit your home. Before they see your furniture, before they notice your floors, before they sit down or take off their shoes, they meet your door. Your door is your home's handshake. It quietly says, welcome, or it quietly says, nothing at all. Now picture your real door, not the ideal version in your mind, but the one you use every day. The handle you touch without thinking. The area near the lock. The lower part that gets bumped by shoes, bags, or grocery carts. Over time, these places collect fingerprints, smudges, and small marks. Nothing dramatic, just enough to dull the feeling of clean. This happens to all of us, especially when we live alone or follow the same routine day after day. We stop seeing the door because it is always there, but your brain still notices it. Even when everything else looks tidy, a dull handle or a marked surface sends a quiet signal that something feels off. People whose homes feel consistently clean tend to have one simple habit. They gently wipe their doors on a regular basis. Not a deep clean, not scrubbing, just noticing. Once a week, take a soft cloth and a small bowl of warm soapy water. If you like, add a little vinegar. Slowly wipe the front door and the back door. Pay attention to the handle and lock area, the edges of the door, and the lower section where dust settles quietly. Take a moment to wipe the threshold as well. While you are doing this, include a few other doors your hands touch every day. The refrigerator door, the dishwasher front, the cabinet under the sink, the microwave handle. This takes about 5 minutes. That is all. And something interesting happens when those surfaces feel clean and smooth to the touch. Your entire home suddenly feels refreshed, as if it has been quietly reset. It is not magic. It is simply how the brain responds to clean, familiar touch points. Start with the door. Clean it once. Then notice how that calm, clean feeling follows you as you move through the rest of your home. Let me share a small story with you. A few years ago, I knew 2 neighbors who lived just 2 doors apart. Their names were Marjorie and Ruth. Both were in their 70s. Both lived alone. Both enjoyed cooking and baking. And both kept their homes fairly tidy. But the feeling inside their homes was very different. When you walked into Ruth's house, nothing looked dirty. Yet the air felt heavy. Not unpleasant, just stale, like yesterday's dinner still lingering quietly in the room. Then you would step into Marjorie's home. Same size, same type of furniture, even the same kind of small dog. And yet, her home always felt light, open, and calm. The difference was not cleaning products. It was not candles or sprays. It was one gentle habit. Once a week, no matter the season, Marjorie opened every window in her home for about 10 minutes. Even in winter, even on windy days, even when it felt unnecessary. "I am not opening the house," she once said with a soft smile. "I am letting it breathe." Here is something many people do not realize. Soft surfaces hold onto smells. Curtains, rugs, couch cushions, throw blankets, even the arms of your favorite chair. Over time, cooking smells, bathroom air, and everyday living settle into these materials. They mix together and dull the air in your home. Fresh air clears that buildup in a way nothing else can, and it costs nothing. Once a week, open your windows. Let the old air move out. Turn on a fan if you have one. Let the breeze pass through your rooms. You may notice that your home does not just smell better, it feels lighter, brighter, calmer, as if the space itself took a deep breath. And very often, you will find that you did too. Most of us have one small place in our home that we avoid. It might be a kitchen drawer, a hallway cabinet, or a side table that quietly collects everything with no clear home. Batteries, old receipts, birthday candles, extra keys, pens that no longer work. Every time you open it, you feel a small wave of stress. So you close it quickly and think, "Not today." Here is something important to understand. That one messy space is never just about the mess. It creates a quiet feeling in the background, a sense that something is unfinished, something is out of control, even when the rest of your home looks tidy. People whose homes feel calm and clean have a simple habit that prevents this feeling from growing. Once a week, they reset just one drawer, not the whole house, not the whole room, just one small space. They set a timer for 10 minutes. No pressure, no rushing. They throw away what is clearly trash. They wipe the bottom of the drawer. They group similar items together, and they put back only what truly belongs there. Then they stop. The goal is not perfection. The goal is usability. When you open that drawer again, it should feel easy, clear, calm. Something subtle happens when you do this regularly. You interrupt the pattern of chaos. You begin to feel in control of your space again. One small win at a time. That clean feeling lingers longer than you expect. Like fresh sheets on the bed. Like a cleared path through a once crowded closet. This week, do not try to organize your entire kitchen. Do not pressure yourself to clean everything. Just choose one drawer, one shelf, one small area. Reset that space. And notice how it quietly resets you as well. Have you ever walked into your kitchen and thought you just cleaned, but something still feels off? The counters are wiped, the sink is empty, the floor looks fine, and yet the room does not feel truly clean. If you have felt that before, you are not imagining it. Some of the strongest signals of mess do not come from what we see right away. They come from the places our hands touch every single day without us noticing. Think about your refrigerator handle, the buttons on the microwave, the edge of the dishwasher door, the cabinet doors under the sink, the light switches near the kitchen entrance. These spots are rarely dirty in an obvious way. They are just slightly dull, slightly sticky, quietly smudged. But that dullness spreads a subtle feeling of mess through the whole room. People whose homes always feel clean tend to have a simple habit I call the 5-minute shine. Once a week, often on a calm afternoon or a quiet morning, they take one damp cloth and walk slowly through the kitchen and entryway. They do not clean everything. They only wipe what their hands touch most often. The refrigerator handle, the microwave buttons, the dishwasher edge, the cabinet knobs, the light switches, the door frame near busy areas. That is it. 5 minutes, one cloth, no scrubbing. There is a reason this works so well. Your eyes are drawn to contrast. When a white handle is slightly yellowed from fingerprints, your brain reads the space as messy even if the floor is spotless. But when those high-touch areas are clean and smooth, the entire room feels brighter and calmer. I once suggested this habit to a friend named Harold. He is 78 and lives alone. He did not think it would make much difference. But one afternoon he tried it. He wiped the kitchen handles, the inside edge of the microwave, and the top of the trash can lid. The next day, he called me and said something I will never forget. I do not know what happened, but my house feels like a hotel. Nothing else changed. He did not deep clean. He simply refreshed what matters most to the eye and the hand. And the clean feeling stayed long after the cloth was put away. Let me ask you something gently. What does your home smell like right now? If someone closed their eyes, walked through your front door, and took a slow breath, would they recognize your home just by the scent? Most people could. Not because the house smells bad, but because every home develops a signature smell over time. Here is the surprising part. That scent does not come from the air itself. It comes from the things that hold the air. Soft things, cushions, curtains, rugs, couch arms, throw blankets, carpets. All of them act like quiet sponges. They absorb cooking smells, bathroom air, pet odors, foot traffic, even that toast you burned weeks ago. We stop noticing these smells because we live with them every day. But they build up slowly, and no spray or candle can truly fix what is buried inside fabric. That is why some homes look clean but never quite smell fresh. People whose homes feel consistently clean have a gentle habit for this. They care for their fabrics regularly, but lightly. I call it the soft sweep. Once a week, they take a few minutes to refresh the soft surfaces in their home. They fluff pillows and shake them near an open window or outside the door. They vacuum cloth furniture using the soft brush attachment. They lightly spritz cushions or curtains with a fabric-safe deodorizer, or simply let fresh air move through them. If possible, they wash one small fabric item each week. A throw blanket, a pillow cover, a bathroom rug. Not everything at once, just one thing. I once shared this idea with a couple in Florida who lived with 4 cats. Their home was tidy, but there was always a faint smell they could not place. Once they began refreshing their fabrics weekly, that smell slowly disappeared. When the things that hold the air are cared for, your whole home breathes better. And so do you. If your house looks clean but smells a little lived in, try the soft sweep this week. Your nose will notice the difference before your eyes do. Here is a question many people do not think to ask. When was the last time you cleaned the things you use to clean your home? Your vacuum, your mop, your dish sponge, the filter in your washing machine. It sounds a little silly at first, almost unnecessary. But this habit is one of the biggest differences between a home that looks clean and a home that truly feels clean. Dirty cleaning tools do not just stop working well. They spread dirt and smells back into your home. A vacuum full of old dust releases musty air every time you turn it on. A mop head that has never been rinsed properly carries yesterday's grime across today's floor. A sponge that has been used for weeks spreads odors you cannot quite identify. People whose homes always feel fresh understand this quietly. That is why once a month they do what I call a cleaner reset. Set a timer for 20 minutes. That is all. Start with one tool at a time. Empty the vacuum canister and wipe the inside. Rinse or replace the filter if you can. Wash the mop head and let it air dry completely. Replace your kitchen sponge or microwave it damp for 1 minute to freshen it. If you feel up to it, run an empty rinse cycle in your washing machine using warm water and a bit of vinegar. Check the dishwasher filter and give it a quick scrub. Even wipe the holder for the toilet brush. None of this is glamorous, but it changes everything. When your tools are clean, they work better. Your home gets clean faster with less effort. And most importantly, hidden smells disappear. No sour mop scent, no musty vacuum trail, no mystery odor that lingers no matter how much you wipe. You do not need to do all of this at once. Choose just one cleaner today and give it a little care. Even the tools that serve us quietly deserve to be refreshed from time to time. There is a quiet trick people with consistently clean-feeling homes use, and it has nothing to do with cleaning products or hard work. It has everything to do with imagination. I call it the guest illusion. Every so often, once a week or even once a month, they pretend that a guest is coming tomorrow. Not a critic, not someone to impress, but someone they care about. Someone kind. Someone whose presence would make them want the house to feel welcoming and calm. It could be an old friend you have not seen in years, a cousin from another state, a neighbor you respect, or a grandchild you do not get to see very often. Now walk through your home slowly with that person's eyes. Suddenly, you notice things you have walked past for weeks. A small pile of mail that became permanent on the counter. Dust along the baseboard in the hallway. A bathroom mirror that could use a quick wipe. Pillows on the sofa that have lost their shape. A faint smell near the laundry area that you stopped noticing because it is familiar. This is not about judgment. It is about fresh eyes. When we live in the same space long enough, we stop seeing it clearly. We accept clutter as normal. We light a candle to cover a smell we no longer notice. We tell ourselves it is good enough. But imagining a guest gently wakes up your attention. You do not deep clean. You do not rush. You simply reset a few things. Wipe the bathroom counter and faucet. Straighten cushions and books. Shake out the welcome mat. Open the windows for 5 minutes. Change a towel. I once met a woman named Lorraine. She was 84 and a retired school teacher. She told me she does this every Friday morning. I pretend my granddaughter and her fiancé are coming over at noon, she said. Even though they live states away, I fluff the pillows, set out 2 glasses, and I feel ready. Ready for what? Ready to live. Ready to notice. Ready to enjoy her own home again. Here is the secret. You are the guest worth preparing for. You deserve to live in a space that feels cared for, even when no one else is coming. There is one room in every home that can be tricky. It is small. It is personal. And no matter how often you clean it, something about it sometimes never feels completely fresh. Yes. The bathroom. Many people clean the sink. They scrub the toilet bowl. They wipe the mirror. They even mop the floor. And still, a faint smell lingers. If that sounds familiar, the issue may be something most people never think about. The splash zone. This is not a technical term. It is simply a way to describe the invisible area around the toilet, where tiny droplets can land over time. When the toilet is used or flushed, small splashes and mist can settle on the floor, the wall behind the toilet, the base, and even the nearby trash bin. You do not see it happen, but you can smell it later. People with truly fresh-smelling bathrooms have one quiet habit. They clean the area no one talks about. Once a week, or even just twice a month, take a soft cloth with warm water and a little vinegar. Wipe the floor around the toilet about 2 feet in every direction. Gently wipe the wall behind and beside the toilet. Clean the base of the toilet where it meets the floor. Do not forget the hinges and the underside of the seat and lid. Finish with the handle. This takes less than 3 minutes. No scrubbing, no strong smells. Just awareness. I once met a retired Army veteran named Walt. He told me his bathroom always smelled off, even though he cleaned it often and lit a candle every morning. One day he wiped the wall and floor behind the toilet. The smell disappeared and never came back. Once you clean this forgotten zone, you will wonder why no one ever mentioned it before. Clean what is unseen, and your bathroom air will feel crisp and calm again. You do not need a brand new home to feel proud of where you live. You do not need to scrub every corner or chase perfection. These habits are not chores. They are small acts of care. A wiped handle, an open window, a reset drawer, a refreshed fabric, a cleaned splash zone. Each one is a quiet way of saying this space matters. As we grow older, many things feel out of our control. But how your home feels is still something you can shape. With just a few minutes of gentle attention, you can create a space that holds you with comfort and dignity. Try one habit this week. Just one. Then notice how not only your home begins to shift, but how you feel when you walk through your door. If this message spoke to you, please like the video, subscribe for more gentle guidance, and share it with someone who might need it. I would also love to hear from you. Which habit will you try first? You do not need a brand new house to feel proud of where you live. You do not need to scrub every corner or push your body beyond what feels comfortable. A home that feels clean, calm, and peaceful is not built through exhaustion. It is created through attention. Small, quiet attention to the places we often overlook. A wiped door handle can change the way the whole room feels. An open window can release days of heaviness. One reset drawer can calm the mind. Clean tools can make every effort count. Fresh fabrics can help your home breathe again. A guest perspective can help you see your space with kindness. And cleaning what is unseen can bring back that crisp, calm air you deserve. These habits are not chores. They are acts of care. Care for your home. Care for your independence. Care for the life you have built inside these walls. As we grow older, it is easy to feel that certain things are slowly slipping out of our hands. But your home does not have to be one of them. You still get to choose how it feels when you walk through the door. You still get to shape the atmosphere that holds you each day. You deserve to step into your own home and feel that quiet sense of relief. That small ah of contentment. Not once in a while, but every single day. So do not try to do everything. Choose one habit this week. Just one. Give it a few minutes of gentle attention. Then notice what changes. Not only in your home, but in the way you move through it. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this video felt helpful, please like it. Subscribe for more thoughtful guidance, and share it with someone who might appreciate it. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Which habit will you try first?